Guys, I think a lot of you have a misunderstanding of spot ETFs. And you guys are afraid that the BlackRock and Fidelity ETFs are going to take over crypto. Now, I think that is a very mistaken notion. Whether they're part of the cabal or not, that's kind of regardless. I don't really believe that, but if you do, that's fine. But spot ETFs are not what you have to be afraid of. The things that you have to be afraid of, we already have. So that's kind of out of the question. So I think like you guys really, really need to understand, those of you that are having questions, how a spot ETF and a futures ETF works. We have a futures ETF. We have plenty of futures ETFs out there. We don't have a spot ETF yet. Futures ETFs are the enemies of the people, not so much spot ETFs. I'm going to explain. A spot ETF has to be backed by the actual crypto. So when BlackRock Fidelity gets a spot ETF, what that really means is like they have offerings of the shares of the ETF, and every time a customer buys a share, BlackRock has to go out on the market, whether OTC or on the exchange, and buy a corresponding bit of physical Bitcoin to back that a share of the ETF that just bought. Likewise, when a customer sells, they will sell. So that is directly dictated by the actual physical Bitcoin. So there's less room for manipulation because when they buy a share, you have to buy a share. When they sell a share, you sell a share. So it's a direct buy and sell. That will affect the price of Bitcoin positively right now because basically that gives more people a way into Bitcoin. Some people only want to buy via a trusted broker, especially other institutions. And by BlackRock or Fidelity being a trusted institution, having that for people or institutions to buy, that will pull in a lot more customers. That will result in a lot of Bitcoin buys from the market. So that can only be positive for Bitcoin. And the thing is, like, realistically, like they have a lot of customers out there, and a lot of them are only willing to buy through institutions like BlackRock or Fidelity. Now, the enemy of the people are the futures ETFs, because futures ETFs are not backed by physical Bitcoin. They're backed by futures contracts, which can be traded even with leverage, and they're often manipulated. So you don't have to support the futures ETF with physical Bitcoin. You can create a lot of them, basically. So the futures ETFs, the secondary market is much more easily manipulable than the primary market, because the primary market is buy and sell, and the secondary market is where you have things like margin, you have like leverage, where you can actually buy and sell a lot more than you actually own. And you don't really have anything to fear about a new futures market, because that already exists. It's existed since 2017. So the BlackRock and Fidelity spot ETFs are not ways for them to dominate crypto. They can buy a lot of crypto, but it's going to be for their customers, for other institutions. And that'll get more customers and institutions in, and that would actually raise Bitcoin's price, which means for investors, that's really, really awesome. Now, if you're an idealist and you don't want those guys in altogether, then yeah, I don't know what to say to you. That's too bad, I guess. But realistically, the stuff that you have to be afraid of to really manipulate price, we already have. This can only really help crypto. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.